Shut up. Welcome to this week's podcast of the to be determined name that I have no idea yet. This week we'll be talking about Game 6 NBA Finals, Jeff Bezos, or we call him Jeff Bozo, and some ideas on how to fix the college football playoffs.
Tom Brady, too, don't forget.
And then Tom Brady as well.
If we got time, I guess Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, we'll try to get to all these topics. We tend to get off topic and tangent a lot and rant. But we'll start in Game 6 in the NBA Finals happening here in about an hour.
Holy shit. I thought it was 4.
No, it's almost 6, dude.
I mean 5 still.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is 5, but it's almost 6. I thought it was... What time did you get here?
Oh, like 5:15. I've only been here for like 30 minutes. Anywho, Game 6 in the NBA Finals with the Bucks leading the Phoenix Suns 3-2 after overcoming an 0-2 deficit. This game is under scrutiny because Scott Foster would be leading the officials.
Under scrutiny by who?
Yeah.
I don't know if it's under scrutiny, but it's a
CP3,
topic.
maybe.
Maybe.
Well, the last game that he lost was like when Scott Foster was there. It was like the 11th game in a row. And he said, I don't know if I was a betting man. I don't know. And he's like, 11 games in a row, kind of alluding to like, yeah, every time he's the ref here in my game, I lose.
He's lost 11 straight.
He's lost 11 straight when Scott Foster was there. The one time that the Suns won when Scott Foster was the ref was when CP3 was out with COVID. So like Scott Foster was the head ref, and then they won. They beat the Clippers with that DeAndre Ayton lob at the last second, but CP3 didn't play, so he allowed them to win, I guess.
Yes, but he's also 2-15 overall. He's lost 15 games with Scott Foster, bowling won twice.
Yeah.
Like all time? Or
Yeah, of all time.
Of all time.
That's so funny.
In playoff games. I don't know about regular season.
0-12 in the playoffs.
He's 2-15. So
Well, I don't know. I mean, I guess CP3 is the only one that can kind of see that as a problem. I think it's just a funny stat. I don't think it's really going to play into it. I mean, I think that the Bucks are going to finish it out tonight. It kind of feels like they have like that momentum behind them. That's my prediction. I just think that's what's going to happen.
well, how did the Phoenix force a Game 7?
I don't know. I think it just has to be Devin Booker, and CP3 can't suck. And I don't know about DeAndre Ayton. I think.
But the last 2 games, Devin Booker's going for 40.
Yeah, but the last game he couldn't hit a 3, right?
Well, it was like his game 4, he was 0 for 3 from 3, I believe. Well, he didn't hit any threes, and he still went for 41.
Yeah.
And the last game, I'm not sure how many threes he hit, but he still went for 40.
Yeah, I mean it's all 2s. So he was Shaq when he was like on the inside, but he was also Shaq when he was shooting 3s. So I mean, I don't know what to do.
Okay,
and,
well,
I mean CP3's been ass.
He's been cheeks.
Well, who do you think is a better team, though?
Who's the better team?
Yeah.
The Bucks.
Yeah. So wouldn't that? So don't you think that kind of plays into this, and who's gonna finish it out? Because I don't think Phoenix really has it. Actually, it's kind of a surprise that they actually won those first 3 games.
But watching the first 2 games where they won in the finals, they were playing more team ball. They were like having like 7, 8, 9, 10 passes within possession, where you would find like Cam Johnson or Campaign that's like wide open for a 3 and we'll hit it down. Jay Crowder wide
That's
open
true,
3.
But also, Giannis also just came back from injury.
You say that, but he also went for like 20 points in game 1 on limited minutes, and then he went for like 30 or 40 the next game.
Yeah, so he's progressively getting better. That's what I'm saying. So, how many points did he have last game?
40
40
or 30.
That's what we're saying.
But since game 2, he's been averaging the same though. So it's not like and they still lost in game 2. So you say he's getting better, but he was on a minutes restriction game 1, and then game 2 he's been about the same.
I don't know, game 2 was a fluke then. So so they close it out tonight. I think it's gonna end tonight.
Yeah, so you're just saying that there's nothing that they can do.
Nothing that the Phoenix can do.
No, I just think that the Bucks
Even
are
if
a better team.
like Chris Paul gets 60 assists
Oh well, I mean, in that case,
and
I
0
feel
points,
like-
but the team
I feel-
plays extremely well.
Well, then the Suns have to be on their best game to take it to Game 7.
Mhm.
I feel like, but I don't think that's gonna happen. I mean, it could, right? It could be like another fluke, but
Well, Phoenix hasn't lost 4 in a row all season. So how about that?
That's true.
That's true.
What
It'll be the
happens,
first 4-game losing streak all season.
what happens tonight then?
I don't know. Maybe not.
This is where
Maybe they
their
break.
this is where their mojo breaks from the bubble,
Oh, yeah.
and then they go into irrelevancy.
How do I know that girl didn't go and visit the Suns?
Yeah, they were.
I don't even know her name.
She really gave him. She paid him a visit and gave him back their powers.
I mean, they could have.
I think she's like a succubus or something.
I don't know. Is that how that works? I thought they was supposed
They
to work
steal, but like maybe she can give back.
I don't know if they give back.
She's a reverse succubus.
Also,
Well, maybe the Phoenix Suns. Okay, so that's how they win. That's how they force a game
Yeah,
7.
they get their powers back.
Yeah, they call it. But she's an IG model, right?
I mean, I guess. I don't know what that even takes.
Okay.
I would be one. So what's that?
Well, I guess the way they win is that they go back to game 1 and game 2 versions where it's just 10 passes of possession and hitting the wide open man, either to be down low to DeAndre Ayton or like Cam Johnson or a role player, Jay
Mhm.
Crowder.
But isn't Aiden just fucking gassed?
He might be
I don't know
getting
if
bullied
he's
by
fucking
Giannis down
dude.
low the entire time.
I mean, he's been playing all these minutes and he has to guard Giannis. I mean, he's
Yeah.
already gone.
And it's not like Giannis
twice.
ever stops.
So it's like, what the fuck?
And that's something to take into consideration as we move further into the series, and just how much work and effort it's going to take to actually come back like that.
Mhm.
I just think it's like an uphill battle. I guess with that being said, then who? Okay, so I think the Bucks are going to win. So who do you? Giannis is the MVP, right?
Giannis?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
would have to
he
be.
has to be. There's no other way. I mean, like
Not Chris Middleton?
No.
No.
So that's kind of like a no-brainer there. But if say the Suns get their succubus powers back, and then they win miraculously the next 2 games, do you think it's Booker? So you have what? You have Booker, CP3, and Holiday.
Well, Drew Holiday.
Well, I have Drew Holiday on because I wanted to see what your takes are on this.
he's
So it's
ass.
Giannis versus Chris Middleton is the MVP conversation. And the reason I don't agree with Chris Middleton being in the conversation is that I believe Drew Holiday played better. And I was going to ask, what do you define MVP in the finals as? Someone who sets your team up to win, like Giannis would? Because Giannis isn't the reason they're winning. He's just setting them up to win. And then it's Chris and Drew just hitting timely shots and playing good defense that's putting them over the hump.
I think Drew Holiday.
It's also the narrative with Chris Middleton being the Batman of this team.
Yeah, but he's all Chris or not Chris Middleton. Drew Holiday, I feel like is the only. I mean, he did well in the last game. That was probably it. In the other games, I mean, he was well. He did well on defense, but he was pretty fucking awful.
But I lumped Holiday and Chris Middleton together is because the 2 games that they lost, where Giannis went for 21 minutes and 40, Middleton and Holiday were trash, and they lost those 2 games. But since then, Middleton has been playing well, and then they've won 3 straight. So it's like, do you want to give it to Middleton, who not the only reason you're winning, but it's his playing well kind of leads you to winning, whereas Giannis can go for 40 and 50 and they still lose because Middleton isn't on point.
Yeah, but if
That's how do you define MVP?
Middleton or either Holiday are not on this team, I still don't think it would matter. Like Giannis is still the ultimate impact on the team and the game. Like, do you like fucking see those pictures where they have 4 people on Drew Holiday or Middleton? No. Like he's the one that they're centered on. That's what the Suns focus on. I don't fucking care about Holiday or Middleton. I mean, I do, but Holiday's he's been ass. He's been straight garbage. You can't even fucking hit a layup. And then the last game he did well. I'm telling you, I think Drew Holiday's defense has been the biggest thing. I don't know about Middleton. I mean, Middleton's kind of, he does his thing every once in a while, but I don't know. It has to be Giannis. I mean, he's averaging 30, 10, and 5 in the finals, which is also another thing where it's like Suns haven't lost 4 in a row. The only player to win the finals that averaged 30, 10, and 5 was Hakeem Olajuwon. Everybody else that's done that, they lost. How about
Somebody's got
that?
a break.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. Someone's got a break. I mean, I think it will, but I mean, shit. Maybe that's probably what you're talking about, where it's like, well, Giannis is doing the 30, 10, 5 average, but is it just like not being inclusive or what?
What was your question?
Well, it's like, is the 30, 10, and 5, does that not matter because it's not like a team friendly game?
Oh,
Because like
their game
LeBron,
plans, yeah.
he lost and he did it twice. He did it in 2015 and 2017. And it's like, is it just because his team,
I don't
like
know.
he
That's
has
hard
to
to
do
say,
that and
though.
his team is ass and like you need to incorporate them more? Or is it just because everybody else is ass?
I think
Because I don't believe
I-
that because Middleton is an ass. I mean, PJ Tucker's ass. Drew Holiday is an ass, but he's been ass. Pat Connaughton, I mean, I don't know
He's
what to
there.
say about
But then it comes to the arguments like to be a great player, you have to elevate those around you. It's like, well, I don't know. You can only elevate them. As
And
much
then it
as
goes
you
back to
can.
because Giannis can get you to a point where it's like close in the fourth quarter and he'll go for 40 and like the 10 rebound, but he needs someone else to hit those timely shots at the end to give him that lead, those daggers.
Yeah. So
And like would that, like Chris Middleton and Drew Holiday aren't winning these games for the Bucks. It's Giannis,
Mhm.
but Giannis can't win on his own.
Well, that's like every player, though. You can say that. I mean, it goes back to like the LeBron and Michael Jordan thing. Like they didn't win on their own, right?
True
So it's like
that.
they definitely do need a team around them. I don't think there's ever gonna be it's ever gonna come down to the only one person being able to carry their team. So yeah, no, it comes down to the supporting cast. But I would think that they're good enough to put Giannis on top, but they're not like. I'm not going to give a supporting cast member the Finals MVP if that makes sense. And that's not how they. That's not how they give him out, anyways.
What do
They
you
give him out
mean?
to the stars.
Andre Iguodala.
Yeah, it's like
won
Andre got
finals.
one just because he guarded LeBron.
What the fuck he do?
Guarded LeBron. That's all he did.
I'm like, yeah, okay, buddy. I guess that's how we just do it. Bullshit. Okay.
Yeah. I was like, I don't have the Bucks winning easily tonight. Not saying they're gonna lose, but I feel like it's gonna be a good fight.
You want to put money on it?
I have $20 in the wallet. I'll put money. I'll put $20 down.
Is
That it's
is betting
what's a close fight?
What's a close fight?
Like
score wise or what?
yeah, like what consists like a really close game?
I don't know.
'Cause it's in, like, the
It
two-
all depends. If it's like within 10, I think.
Like the single digits. 'Cause
But
I think it's gonna be single digits, and mostly it's gonna be like 9 points, just because at the very end of the game the Suns are gonna have to foul everyone to get.
yeah, it's all garbage time.
Yeah, so it's garbage time points.
Putting 400 on this.
I don't have 400 to give. Well, I do, but I don't want to.
All right, well that's my prediction.
Hey, 100 of those is probably mine. That I give to you.
I feel like it won't be a close game, and the Bucks are just gonna run away with it. Write these
You
down
feel?
so that way we come back and see if we're wrong next week.
Oh yeah.
Bro, I'm fucking best memory here.
We'll just listen to the episode again. And
Yeah,
just
we're
take,
just go back. We have
we'll go back and
evidence.
listen to this.
Like, nope, not me. That's
I
fake
don't
news.
fucking have to do that shit, bro. I'm fucking, I remember everything. I'm the best
Yeah.
memory in Albuquerque.
What's my name?
It doesn't matter.
Because you forgot.
Nope.
Idiot.
I don't care.
Well, pivoting from football, to football, sorry. From basketball to football. What's next? We have Tom Brady being a hypocrite? Or hypocrite?
Are we talking about that first, or are we gonna
Hypocrite.
talk about the news that came out a couple of days ago? Yeah, that has a full torn MCL throughout the whole season. Do you believe that? How much?
Do I believe it?
No, believe it.
Maybe.
You think I
Does it matter? Not really.
You don't think
Yeah,
so?
does it matter? No.
No.
Why? Because it's not your ACL.
That's why.
And he's Tom Brady. Who
Also,
sits in the pocket.
he doesn't have to move, so it really doesn't really matter.
Big deal.
Mhm.
He would have had a broken foot.
Okay,
and
I'm just
played.
the guy who took one anatomy class in high school. Why does an MCL not matter as much? Well, I know as much as an ACL, but why doesn't it matter as to like being able to play football? can he carry your team? We're not gonna.
Well, it comes down to his play style, meaning he doesn't have to be mobile.
And though, I mean,
So you don't really have to put much stress on it.
Fuckers hurt their pinky and they can't throw the ball right. So it's like
That's a lot different.
You think so? Pinky's worse than the torn MCL?
Yes.
Well, structurally, I think
people hurt their pinky on their opposite hand.
like structurally, the MCL is probably like the weaker part of not the weaker, but like the less important part of the four ligaments in your knee. ACL being one of the most important ones. Also, I mean, this is coming from personal experience where people from when I played football in high school, like these teenage kids would tear the MCLs and they come back same season. They have like a week or two off.
Wait, how does it heal that fast or what? I don't even know.
Well, if it's a complete tear, it's probably gonna require surgery. But
wasn't it a full torn?
But that's a thing. I mean, also you have players in the past played through these injuries. Can't remember his name, but he did play with Tom Brady. There was a lineman that played through his entire season with the torn ACL.
Phillip Rivers played a playoff game with a torn ACL.
Did he win?
No,
he lost to Tom Brady.
But I mean, he played, and it was a torn ACL. So
and it was close.
MCL, it's like for Tom Brady, that's fine. Like especially his play style, fucking don't care. He also has that doctor who's not a doctor healing with his fucking black dark magic.
It's the TB12 method. He eats avocado ice cream.
He doesn't do shit. I saw Ben Roethlisberger is doing a stricter diet than Tom Brady, and I'm like, that ain't gonna do shit. You're fat. You're always gonna be fat, and whatever you do, it's not gonna work because he's done a diet before, and I'm like, whatever.
Anyway. He's done a diet before. When?
He said that he's looking to slim down or whatever, and the next season I'm like, how come you still look like shit?
Well, like when they asked Rick Ross, what do you do for a diet? White pears. And I'm like, okay, bitch.
Yeah, okay. And I was like, yeah, whatever. I don't care. Cool. I don't know. Fuck him.
I mean, I guess we have to tear our MCLs and see how if I can play through it or not.
If I tear my MCL, I'm pretty sure I would be able to still throw a ball.
Also, which knee was it?
Don't know.
You can find out. I don't know what to say. Both of them.
Wait, what did that say? That he began dealing with the problem April to May?
Of 2020?
Of 2020?
I don't know. So, okay,
if that's the case, then it's his fault.
That he didn't heal?
Yeah. Okay. Looking at all I can find is a grade 3 MCL tears. Also, I'm not experts. I'm not giving my professional opinion, but MCLs, it's like if you get surgery, it's like a 3-month recovery. So if you had an April or May, plenty of time to recover for week 1.
Shit, fucking fine. Well, he's old. Didn't take that into account. He's 43.
Yeah, he's won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, but maybe he can't heal as fast.
And we say he can't play after 40. Do you think things change? Tom Brady is an anomaly.
Do you think he'll be good this season?
I mean, look, it says Rob Ninkovich says Brady's toughness is undeniable. We're playing through a torn MCL or similar injury isn't exactly uncommon. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have done that.
So it's just like.
Also, why aren't we saying things like Shohei Ohtani, who hit a home run before he found out he needed Tommy John surgery in his first year playing baseball in majors?
Because no one cares.
It's like you can do things through injuries, especially whenever the injury isn't going to affect what you're doing at the moment. So if you got an MCL tear in his left knee, given that he's not a mobile quarterback, you just brace your knee and you're fine. You recover in the end.
Gronk out there with all
the
robotics.
Gronk, he's a robot on the field. It was like his arm brace, his knee brace. Mm-hmm. You got a neck brace, back brace.
I mean, I guess this is like the only thing where it's like, are they in hot water for not reviewing it? See, Tom Brady cheats at every fucking step.
Yeah, that's a weird thing. I thought that you have to put that in the injury report.
Well, Tom Brady's a cheater, and the only person that knows about it is the doctor that's not a doctor.
No, yeah.
He treats him, but...
Wait, he's the only one that treats him? The team doctors don't treat him?
I mean, they probably just, do whatever the fuck possible? They do.
I don't know.
I'm telling you, he's a cheater.
They probably don't. Yeah, if it's Tom Brady, would even be like, no, you gotta let us check you out.
Mm-hmm.
You probably don't argue. As
But you
much.
have people on the injury reports that are not even injured, and that's just so they can have like a day off in practice. Is it not? Isn't the injury
Yeah.
report like a joke at this point?
That's what they say. Like veterans do it more than younger players because they can have that luxury rate because you don't have to worry about a spot on the roster really.
Yeah, he kept it secret. Fucking cheater.
And what are the rules on the injury report?
Whatever, I don't know. I thought that was something. I was like, okay, well, that's kind of crazy. That he's spent the whole season like that. But I guess if it's not that big of a deal,
Should the Bucks be fined if the NFL finds a team new about Brady's injury?
yes.
Poll. Yes. Vote. 39% said no. 35% the rules should be tossed or changed altogether.
These are all Bucks fans.
You
that
guys
voted
are
on this.
fucking trash.
400 Buck fans voted for that.
Yeah.
I mean, this is BucksandNation.com.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it? Okay, I don't like I'm biased.
the worst fucking website to go to for a poll.
All right, I guess we're gonna talk about him and going to the White House.
Yeah, he's a hypocrite. He was a Trump boy, and now he's over here boys with Biden.
I
What are you
think he's
doing?
just whatever like is in vogue. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't really think he was a Trump supporter.
He's not a goat, he's a sheep.
Yeah, like
He just follows whatever's fucking good for him.
yeah. I mean, I really do think so. Like whoever's in power, he just like talks to them. But I don't even know if he like how much of a Trump supporter he was because they refused to go to the White House when he won.
Yeah, because it was a bad look.
Yeah.
Sheep.
I guess. If it was a real Trump supporter, he would have gone, right? What's the thing with Belichick? What did Trump want to give him? The Medal of Honor or whatever? The Purple Heart?
The Purple Heart.
And Belichick said, no way, dude.
Yeah, like, not a good
Like,
look.
after your racist
But-
ass.
Give it to me in private. I guarantee he has it in his house.
You think?
Probably. Probably kept it hidden during the draft. Probably put his dog at the computer so no one would see the
And he
award
got
got
it,
from
right,
Trump.
Oh, that's pretty good. Did you see the clip going on?
No, no.
Did you didn't see the clip?
What?
The
Excuse me.
Tom Brady when he went to the White House today.
No, I haven't.
Oh, well, pull it up then.
But that's why I haven't talked about this
Yeah.
thing. So this is your
Yeah,
topic.
yeah,
I have no
yeah,
idea,
pull it
honestly.
up then.
I don't even
It's
know
pretty
where
good though, actually. That's like
Pull
that's
it
some good
from.
stuff. Good YouTube.
Not sponsored by YouTube.
Brady, Biden.
It's right there.
Well, I guess if you don't, from my research, if you don't disclose the injury of anyone, even if they fully participate in practice, even if they expect to play in the next game, they have to be reported. It has to be credible, accurate, I guess timely. So you can't just like add them on
Well-
last second. And if you don't, failure to comply would result in fines/forfeiting of draft picks.
So yeah, for sure. If the Bucks knew about it, then
Mhm.
they should definitely be fined.
Even if you don't agree with the rule, it's still a rule, right?
Yeah, absolutely. What the fuck?
And
If
you
Tom
have to
Brady-
stay consistent
and
about it.
If they didn't know, then Tom Brady should be fined. Are you kidding me?
Mhm.
That's so fucked up. Like, how are you gonna like these fucking cheaters, dude? All right, here's the clip on this. Can't believe you haven't seen that.
Mm-mm.
One point we were 7-5, struggling a little bit, as the president alluded to. But we found our rhythm. We got on a roll. Not a lot of people, think that we could have won.
Due to the schedule.
And, in fact, I think about 40% of the people still don't think we won. You understand that, Mr. President? Yeah. And personally, it's nice for me to be back here.
Do you think he won the election?
Well, that's not the whole clip, though, is it?
No, it's not the whole.
That's
clip,
that
man.
Well, there's the other
That
part that was pretty
Troll
good.
or joke.
Yeah, he just said that like after he forgot the down in Chicago, that was fourth down. He's
Mhm.
like they were calling him Sleepy Tom, and I'm like, yeah, okay,
He's
buddy.
like, after 21 years, I forgot one down. They started calling me Sleepy Tom. Well, I mean, you forget it at towards the end of your career, so of course you're gonna call you Sleepy Tom.
See, Trump has long counted Brady as a friend and said that Brady called him to congratulate him after he won the election.
Do you think that's true though?
mean-
I don't know if that's true though. Do you think?
I believe it. He kisses his kids on the fucking lips.
Yeah, but Trump's a fucking narcissistic liar. Like I don't. You'll probably just say shit. What's funny though is that he hasn't come out with anything like, well, Tom Brady's been a fake friend this whole time.
Mm.
He's a shit quarterback. I never liked him.
Fire him. Yeah.
I guess I think Brady just whatever like is in vogue, whatever is like in his favor. I don't really think he's a hypocrite necessarily. Was it him that had like the MAGA hat in his locker? Is that?
Yeah, Brady.
Yeah, that's what it was. Huh?
Yeah, it was him. Telling you they're friends. How come he's so tight-lipped about it then?
I don't know. Maybe it's because he lives in Florida.
I don't know.
He probably has a subscription as a membership to a fucking Mar-a-Lago or some shit.
There's that clip or soundbite where he was like on a radio show or whatever, and then they're talking about Mayweather, and he was like, "Oh, well, I don't think you would be friends with him, right?" And like they asked him, and then he's like, "I don't know. I was at a wedding or whatever." And then he's like, "Yeah, but I saw that you talked to Mayweather. I was like, I wouldn't believe that you like support him and that you're a fan." And then he's like, "I didn't watch the fight. I was at a wedding." So he's like dodging it, like.
That's crazy.
And I'm not gonna say anything about
Wait,
it
who
because
said this?
he's guilty.
Tom Brady?
Yeah, they're talking to Tom Brady on a fucking radio show or some shit
Oh.
about Mayweather. This was like a long ass time ago, but still, it's like, oh well, I know Tom Brady, and he wouldn't be friends with someone like this, right? And like they ask him, and he's like, I didn't actually watch the fight. I was at a wedding. He's like, yeah, I know, but this like guy saw this that people are saying that you called them or whatever and congratulated him, and then he just kept going like, I was at a wedding. And he just kept saying the same shit over and over, like not wanting to like say anything about it. It's like, and then I'm pretty sure they asked him, like, well, if you're not friends, you would just say that you're not friends, right? And then I think he just like a long pause and it's just like, yeah, I'm like, I'm telling you, he's got shitty friends. Next.
Sure. Alright, I'm talking about Jeff Bozo going to space. Did you see that on the
Jeff Bozo.
I saw his rocket.
You saw the launch?
I saw the rocket being
Dr. Evil?
Fucking
The-
rocket?
the really
His dick rocket?
yeah phallic rocket he made for some reason.
Was also gonna
They had
put
to
Jeff
know, right, when
Bezos-
they
Blue
saw
Origin.
Jeff Bezos space flight.
It had to be purposeful, right? Even if it was by accident, they had to
Wait,
have known it was like that.
Yeah, 100%. They're like, that's straight up.
Oh, then he also thanked his employees and customers. We paid for him to go to space.
It was just pretty stupid because, like, I thought, how long did the flight last? I saw they launched and then, like, I checked like an hour later and they're already back. And I was like, well, what the fuck? They weren't even out there for that long. So what was the point of this, right? So what he said in the post interview, he's like, oh, well, this is just like a step toward like exploration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like we need to venture out into space. And I agree with that sentiment, but like having you do it in a fucking cowboy hat and boots up there, it's just a stunt.
Mm-hmm.
Like kind of like a joyride to go up there. Like, why don't you fund NASA and have like actual people like astronauts to go up there? Do you mean
Have a whole nation's effort as opposed to just some
Yeah.
company that you just want to do it on your own.
like, that's what I'm saying? You know, it's just
They get actual. Unite us under one common goal.
like just,
But doing this, is everyone going to start buying more Amazon stuff?
I don't think so.
Like, what was the point of doing this then?
Honestly, I feel like this was a joke to most people. I mean, there's some cucks out there that like that sim for like billionaires and stuff like that. I think it's really cool, right?
Mhm.
Same thing with like Elon Musk. They think that he's like God king for some fucking reason. But no, I think most people found him. There's a video with what's his nuts from Seinfeld, George Costanza, what is it?
How bad?
You haven't seen that video? There's like a video of them like making fun of this.
No.
Oh, that's out there. I forget what.
So you'll look it up. It's out there.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter.
I don't know. Whatever. Jeff Bozo, what has he done for Albuquerque? Nothing. What has his wife done? Shit ton
A whole
more.
lot. That's what I find insane. That, like he's just not a good person. You mean he has all this money, and he just right here. He gives $100 million to Van Jones, right, to I guess spend whatever charity he like sees fit. If you're gonna be honest, I don't think Van Jones is the best guy to kind of give that to as well. He's kind of like a Tom Brady. He's just wherever the power is at. But no, definitely he could be doing a lot more. And right now, people were arguing, it's like it's his money. He earned it. I was like, yeah, but when you're like at this stage, right, he's like no one else matches like his level of wealth. Like he'd definitely be doing a lot more.
Well, getting to the wealth he's at, he's had to have stepped on some other people and taken wealth away from someone else, right?
I mean, 100%. That's the only way to play
That's
this
how it
game.
is. That's what the game is. So you
Yeah,
would think that I guess he's already in that mentality that's up just to him, right? But that should make you want to help out more around with other people.
You would think, but there's
'Cause-
very few. Even like people like Bill Gates, right? He's pretty philanthropic too, but like he could be doing a lot more. And like when the vaccine, what's it called, the blueprint, not the blueprint. What am I thinking of? The trademark, whatever it is, to like send it out, right? He's like, no, I don't want to give it away, right? Because this could set a precedent for like other forms of information. That's pretty fucked up. You make yourself to seem like this real philanthropic billionaire, but you don't want to give out the COVID vaccine blueprints to give around the world.
Nope. It's a business. It's what Cole Beasley says. That's why he doesn't want to do shit. Well, he doesn't want to do shit because he's a piece of shit. But he also doesn't want to get the vaccine because part of his excuse is that it's a business just like everything else. So why am I going to get a vaccine and promote it and I get nothing from it, which is,
What do you even get nothing from it?
Well, that's what he thinks. He's like, I get nothing from it while I'm promoting it for them, and more people will go get the vaccine, and they get more money. So he's like, why am I going to do that? Guy's an idiot.
I don't understand why he thinks that like if he gets the vaccine, it makes money. Like it generates money.
Yep. They're a business.
How? I don't even
I
know.
don't fucking know. Cole Beasley's a fucking idiot. He's a QAnon piece of shit. Like, who was it? Was it Doug McDermott that fucking had to like talk to him or some shit? I think I saw that the other day too.
Mhm.
Yeah, they told him to cut it out. They're like, hey, your social media presence isn't the best right now, bud. You should probably stop. And then he did shit again. He tweeted more shit. And he's like, yeah, the only way I would do it is if like they put like the profits in my wife's name and I'll get the vaccine. And then Mark Cuban was like, how about this? I'll give your wife some shares in Pfizer stock. So then that way, she'll get like 3.something%.
It's the sounds of Albuquerque.
True that.
Holy cow, it's getting loud.
Albuquerque.
Jesus. Not the best
Oh, yeah, so what's
quality
that? Is that
studio.
a fire truck?
Yeah.
How is it on fire and it's a flood? Fucking climate
It's
change.
getting crazy out there.
How do you fix the climate?
Next topic.
Yeah, it's Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bozo, fix the climate.
So like going to space, fix down here first.
Give me some Pfizer stock.
So did Bezos respond to Mark Cuban or no?
I don't know if he did or not. Probably not. He's a fucking bozo.
We're just using those as excuses to just not do it.
I think that's what it is. I just don't understand. I think they're really just scared. Like they're afraid of needles or something. And I'm totally on board to like bully people into getting the vaccine. I mean, like what's wrong with it? Just get the vaccine. It's not for you. It's like, you have to understand that. Like, this is selfish.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing. I didn't see this fully, but like how Michael Irvin was like shitting on the Cowboys for saying, what was it? It's like it's not a Super Bowl winning mentality if your team isn't vaccinated.
What was it? I think the quote I saw was, if you're not vaccinated, you don't want to win enough. You don't want it enough.
Yeah, and everyone shit on him too, which is funny because it's all the fucking conservatives that are Michael Irvin.
I mean, I guess. I'm like, I don't take anything my
Oh,
brother
yeah.
says
Seriously.
Like,
But neither about this. Like, if you don't want to win enough, that's just something like this. You're just rallying, right? It's a locker room speech. But even then, though, I just find it funny that the same people who like praise him are now like shitting on him.
True that. Next.
Nothing else is important. Well, Irvin, going back to football with. You want to talk about Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah, we can talk about Aaron Rodgers.
Stay pro for now. Aaron Rodgers and him declining the contract extension that would have made him the highest paid quarterback in the league.
Okay, so what do you? There's a bunch of shit with this, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously. So my biggest thing right now is like, okay, well, he probably. Okay, well, let me ask you first. Do you think he's gonna play this year?
Yes,
Yeah, I think he is.
He's gonna play for the Packers.
probably.
I think
it's way too late. Like, I mean, if you make a trade now, what are you doing? You know. So
Like
it's
right
like,
before
I
training
think
camp?
he's gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
If he's gonna play, it's gonna be for the Packers because you can't really make the trade now. It's fucking July 20th. It'll be really hard.
Okay, so he did. So do you think he just declined the contract because he doesn't want to come back next season?
I mean, he probably just doesn't want the extension. Like, he doesn't want to get paid. He doesn't want to be there any longer, probably. I mean, I'm guessing he doesn't want to be there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And he just wants, like, that's not what I want. It's not about the money. I have fucking money. What do I need money for? I don't care. You know, you're fucking treating me like
like a
I'm just
message.
anyone else.
Yeah.
I don't fucking care about this money. I already have it. I can go host Jeopardy. I can go ask fucking questions and treat other people like shit on Jeopardy. Why do I need you guys?
What's that treatment? I mean, the Bears told Andy Dalton that they're going to draft and trade. Not trade
Yeah,
but
isn't that
they
so-
told Andy Dalton,
that's
hey,
so
we're going to get
fucked.
Justin Fields. He's been there for 4 weeks.
Yeah.
Andy Dalton's been a Bear for 4
They
weeks.
couldn't even tell Aaron Rodgers that you're drafting a replacement. That is really fucked. But
Maybe
like,
the Bears just did that because they're the Bears.
Maybe
Yeah,
when they
hey,
see the Packers,
fuck
they're like, we're
you.
not going to do that. Okay, Andy Dalton or Justin
well, I think
Fields.
the Packers are just like poorly run. I feel like they've gotten lucky, and I've been saying this for years. Right? They got lucky with Favre, but they only won that one Super Bowl with Favre, and then they got lucky again to just have like to draft his replacement and like him actually be like a Hall of Famer too.
And they only won one.
with Aaron Rodgers. I feel like they just I don't think they're a good organization. Honestly, they're making it to the championship games, and like being in the playoffs almost consistently. Right, the last
They missed it twice, the 2 years he was hurt.
yeah.
But other than that, like, only Aaron Rodgers ever missed in the playoffs. So it was like first year starting.
But it's like the thing I always say is like Aaron Rodgers has the strongest back in the NFL because he's always carrying that team into
Mhm.
the playoffs.
But they always give him like that one receiver he can trust, like Jordy Nelson, and then for Wells, Randall Cobb, and then now it's Devontae Adams. But that's all they give him.
No, yeah, they're just.
Other than Aaron Jones, when was the last time they had a good running back?
Ray Lacey was good for a year before he started getting
He found cheeseburgers and yeah.
I mean, but they don't
That
even
makes me
give
laugh.
them though.
Mhm.
Like, those were just guys that they had and that Aaron Rodgers made.
But yeah, that's what's fucked. It's like they don't go after free agents either, which is so.
You
It's so
got
ass.
Jimmy Graham.
Yeah,
Oh,
they
yeah.
did get
Once
Jimmy
he was
Graham.
past his fucking
Man.
peak. That guy was dookie.
It was doo doo.
Yeah, right. So they don't do that. They go after free agents. They don't really surround them with like right. So they don't draft like first round wide receivers or like offensive talent. Right. So like if they had drafted who were the receivers available? I mean, we always go back to this when they drafted Jordan Love.
Was it 2019 draft or what?
Yeah, no, 2020.
2020.
No wait.
Wait, yeah.
Yeah, 2020 because that was last year was his rookie year. I know
The first round.
Brandon Ayuk was still there, I think.
So they picked him 26th.
What are you looking at?
This is a
Well-
dookie podcast.
See, I mean, they had all these opportunities.
Well, I mean, they didn't have to look at who was left. They traded up for Jordan Love. So if they wanted to trade up
They
to
did
get
trade
someone,
up.
they could have
I
traded up
forget
further
that-
and gotten like
that
CeeDee
fact,
Lamb.
too.
Jalen Rager's not even that good, but Justin Jefferson was like they made the effort to trade up to pick Love. So if
Oh,
they
to
really
trade up
wanted
for
to help
receiver?
Aaron Rodgers, they could have traded up further to get these top tier receivers
Yeah.
like CeeDee Lamb or
For sure.
Jerry Jeudy, Henry Ruggs, anyone. Actually, Brandon Ayuk.
Do you think? And I believe like that would have put them over the top.
Mhm.
Just have somebody else there. Yeah, and they probably beat the Chiefs. I think. Well, I don't know. I think the Bucs defense was really good during the Super Bowl.
The Chiefs line wasn't that good.
Yeah, but like the Bucs like coverage and everything like that was very well too. They did very well in that aspect. I don't know. Well, I think, yeah, I guess I think he plays for Green Bay or he sits out. I mean, we'll find out like next week, right? Isn't like the next Tuesday when the Packers start their training camp?
Or do you think he
Still
sits
sit
out
out.
until when's that week that counts as a full season?
I don't
Is it
remember.
week 12? Week 8?
I think it was
10?
week 8 or 10,
Yeah.
around there.
Do you think he waits until then and then comes back?
I mean, fuck.
Does he pull like what Cam Chancellor did, where he sat out for 4 weeks and then the Seahawks were like 1-3, and he's like, "All right, I'll come back," and then showed his value?
No, 'cause
So do you think he'll sit out till like?
Cam Chancellor did like kind of send a message because they know his value.
Well, yeah, it forces your hand, right? So he sits out for 8 weeks, and he comes back for the week, and let's say they were trash and they didn't play well. Devontae Adams is the only one that's like kind of producing, but even then, like Jordan Love or whoever the quarterback is at the time, can't carry the team, and we're at the bottom of the league in offense.
What does he get from sitting out and then coming back?
And then he's able to salvage the lost season.
Does he care?
It gets into the wild card,
Does he care?
wins a playoff team
But then why
game.
not just start from the get go?
No, I think if you're gonna sit out, you sit out the whole year.
Yeah, honestly.
You do what
But
Le'Veon Bell did, and you do it better.
Do it better. Don't go to the Jets.
Fucking don't play yourself.
But the thing is, if he plays a whole year and they make it to another AFC Championship game, then it doesn't really prove that the Packers. I mean, we all know that the Packers are bad. It's just Aaron Rodgers. But wouldn't it be like the Packers, their suits, their organization can look down and use that as leverage? Like, well, we made it to 3 straight AFC Championship games, and then Aaron Rodgers be like, "Well, I took you there." It's like, well, that doesn't matter because it's a team sport. The team got there. You did help, but the team there. So what if he just doesn't play for so long? They're trash. He comes back. They're good. He can use that as leverage, saying, "Hey, let me help build this team like he wants, because he's the reason why they're winning." And he can show how bad they are when he's gone.
Okay.
At this point, it's turning into a chess match.
So that happens, and then he comes back the next season with more. I doubt it. I feel like the organization, like the GM and stuff like that, right? They're just not. They're not giving in for that reason, though. I don't. Not
Then trade me. I don't care.
Which is pretty
Or I
fucked.
just-
They won't even trade him at all. They won't even entertain the idea.
Yeah, I know. That's so fucked.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you're gonna sit out, don't play the whole
Which is-
season at all, and then be like, trade me, or we do it my way. And it's like, I'm not gonna fucking trade you, and we're not doing it your way. And like, then I'm not fucking playing.
Which I find funny too, because like they right they're not trading them, so it's kind of shitty on them. And it's like free agents already don't go to Green Bay,
Yeah.
and now you do some shit like you pull something like this, and then it just shows other free agents like, okay, it was like, I don't want to go to Green Bay. They're gonna treat me like this too. Well, yeah, that's pretty fucked up what they're doing to Rodgers. And Devontae Adams is already fucking like
Wanting to leave. He's already like, I'm going to play with Derek Carr.
It's already putting out like snippets out there. He doesn't want to be there. So it's like you can kind of see like the collapse of Green Bay right now, like kind of happening, and it's all in the upper management. It's all in the GM.
It's all in the suits.
Yeah, it's
They
like
don't play the
and which is
sport.
fucked. That's kind of why they need an owner. I feel
Mhm.
like, right? Because like if they had an owner, like someone there, right, they'll talk to Rodgers. I mean, if he's a good owner, and he'd be like, okay, Rodgers, well, yeah, it's like, you want me to fire? Like, how's like, what do you feel about this? And I was, yeah, he'll fucking kick his ass out because like the GM isn't winning you games, right? Like, who is he? Yeah, that's my prediction. I think that he
Is this the end of it? Oh, Brian Gutekunst.
probably after this season?
That's his 4th season as the GM.
Yeah, I think after the season is gone, especially if it all collapses.
Mhm.
around him.
So how long is it going to take to rebuild the Packers? And then is this the end of
Oh,
You
man.
think Aaron Rodgers,
I mean, if Jordan Love is good, then I mean,
they get lucky again 3 times?
could you imagine? I'd be so mad at it, honestly. I'd be pretty salty. So I wouldn't like that.
Is
at all.
Aaron Rodgers going to retire?
He should.
And then the Packers going to be petty and hold on to his rights forever? And not let him get traded to any other team?
That'd be the worst case scenario.
It's another Calvin Johnson.
I'd be mad at the Packers just as a sports fan.
It's like, that's what I'm mad with the Lions, is let Calvin Johnson go. Now it's too late because he's too old.
Yeah.
But it's like at the time, he's not happy losing, and y'all can't win.
Did Kevin Johnson ever ask for a trade?
I think he's hinted at I want to play, but with all the legal stuff and his rights, he can't.
Was that the case? Did he actually want to play?
No,
I don't know. Because the Lions kind of did right on Stafford. Right? Because Stafford's I don't want to be here in the Lions. Okay, well, yeah. It would have been in the Lions' best interest to keep Stafford. But then right now, I guess we'll let you go if you really don't want to be here. Nothing's really happening. So that's another NFC North team that's actually doing good by their
I guess they're just racist.
quarterback.
Stafford is white, Calvin Johnson is black, and that's it. Racism.
Well, yeah, I guess Calvin Johnson retired a long time ago, so maybe it's I don't know the makeup of that team, if it's a new GM or whatever it may be. But yeah, no, they're doing right with their team, with the Lions and the Bears. And I think the Packers should take note.
True that. That's pretty much it.
Anything else on this? How are we doing on time?
Right now, we're sitting at 46 minutes, so we can end it with college football and their playoff situation.
Yeah, so I don't know about Daniel Sweeney, right?
I have his article. This article pulled up from
Yeah,
ESPN. Well, I have it from ESPN, so it has to just have the quotes. Let's see here. I just know that Clemson isn't for it.
He's what?
They're not for it. Our team isn't for it. They don't want to play more games. And to be honest with you, I don't know if there's 12 teams good enough. So you're going to play more games just to play more games. And I think the more you expand it, the less important the season becomes, and the more you become the NFL as far as that's all right.
Product?
You're in the playoffs. Well, why play Trevor Lawrence in this game if you're already in it? All of a sudden, you're not in the top 12, and kids just aren't playing.
I don't think that's true. That's a stupid argument.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me. It's because he hates the players, he doesn't want them to get paid, and he wants to be the powerhouse. He wants to keep his fucking identity as one of the top schools in college football. If more players or more teams are in the playoffs, wouldn't that be more attractive for players to go to a USC that might be ranked number 10 and hey, we have a chance?
Mm-hmm.
It's maybe also doesn't want to be how football is a pretty random game where it's just anyone can win on any given day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's what if we play the 12th seed who happen to get here and we lose, we get shit on? I don't want that.
Just don't lose.
That's what I'm saying. Don't lose.
I mean, if you're the number 1 team going against the number 12 seed, if that's how it's going to play out, then there's really no reason you should lose.
Exactly.
And if that's the case, then you made a mistake somehow.
Scared.
And then you should be held accountable.
What happened when they lost this season? He sucks. That's it. You sucked. And you ate your players.
Yeah, see, it's I don't see how that makes the game any worse. I think that just makes it better.
Mhm.
Having you don't want Alabama. That's why I think that college football is the worst product in the NFL, right? Because you just always have Alabama up there. It'd be great to see other schools kind of succeed as well.
I wonder what he thinks about Michigan doing that thing where it's players can now make money off of jersey sales. He'll probably be against that too. Man, not fucking about football now. It ain't fucking about football. You dumb fuck.
Yeah, see, and I bet you he hates that too, just because that gives players more mobility, more options to go elsewhere. It's okay, it's I can make money, right, being out of Michigan, right, rather than out of Alabama and having my draft stock go up. Like, I don't necessarily need to go to Alabama or even Clemson, I guess in his case, right, to actually set myself up for my future.
Mhm.
What's the headline said?
I don't think
Because
there's
it's
12
good-
teams
it's
good
good
enough.
enough.
That doesn't
Yeah.
make any sense. What are they not good enough for? You're not good enough for fucking. You just lost. You're playing the ACC, the easiest fucking path.
Yeah, honestly,
Like,
right?
what are you talking about? Oh no, he sucks. And the whole fucking southern states, they all suck.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should expand. Absolutely. Like, there's no.
If they expand, how do you want it to expand?
How many teams, or what are you asking?
Well, how do you-
the format?
How would the format and how many teams do you want? What's the best fix for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, go to 12 teams.
And it's just one plays 12?
What's that?
You want one to play 12?
You want to play 12? No, maybe like a bye week or thing. Or is that too long? Huh, or maybe no. You know what? I think I do want one to play 12. Just because that factor. What if the 12 does be one, and then that just makes some good memes, right? The jokes fucking write themselves. So I think I do want that actually.
You know?
I mean, I guess depending on the 12, right? Like,
Well, this whole thing is you don't want to play more games and have them play just one more game. Have 1, 2, 3, 4 have bye weeks, right? 1
Mhm.
through 4 bye week, and then 5 through 12 they're in a bracket.
yeah, you could do that.
Mm-hmm. So 1 and 4 on one side, 2 and 3 on one side. They have a bye week. The rest play turns into basically they have a wild card, and then would be the divisional, and then it goes into the championship, and then it goes into the national championship.
Yeah.
That way, he's only playing one more game.
Yeah, that makes sense. It was like
Mhm.
whatever he's bitching about, it's like you're not gonna play like fucking 3 more games.
Yeah. That's his excuse.
Daniel Sweeney's the worst. He hates his players.
Yeah, he's really
He doesn't
antiquated.
want them to fucking get paid. This would make more money too, since there's another game, more
Mhm,
TV
more
rights,
TV.
more TV money. He doesn't fucking want that shit.
Mm-hmm. I don't get it. I don't know why everyone's so far against the playoff expanding.
Yeah, that's how I would fix it. Yeah, you make a good point. Just have like the 12 in, and then I have a pilot
Mm-hmm.
for the top seeds.
Yeah, he's the worst.
Anything else on that?
Anything else? Nothing?
Nope.
No?
We'll just see who's right.
Well, I guess the game does start in about 30 minutes, so we'll watch that and we'll come back next week and have our thoughts.
Yeah, and see who fucking is right.
Either way, because if it goes game 7, isn't it on Thursday? So we'll come back next week with
Yeah,
the
winner.
finals being over already.
Yeah, for real.
We'll see if Scott Foster had anything to do with this. His
So
loss,
do you think?
if it
I
happens.
hope it is.
What would the headlines be if that happens, though? God.
I don't know. I think people will bitch for like for like a night and then they'll forget about it. There'll be Suns fans that'll be salty. The Valley will rally.
Do you think LeBron James will say something about it?
It's really heinous.
Probably not.
Maybe,
what the
but
fuck does
if it-
LeBron James have to do with this? LeBron
Them
James
being
was at the
buddies, I
fucking
guess.
thing.
Being on the banana boat?
Well, whatever. He was at that game to sell his tequila to promote Space Jam, not to fucking.
Oh, yeah, obviously. It's all business.
Yeah, so
As
what
the
does
great
he care?
Coles Beasley would say. All
It's
business.
business.
All business.
Business law climb. He understands, right? He knows we're in a capitalist society.
Yeah.
He's pretty woke, actually.
All right. Well,
Alright.
that concludes this episode. We'll come back next week with different
Yeah,
thoughts.
see who's right.
See who's right.
On the Hulk Hogan podcast.
We're not the Hulk Hogan podcast. Please don't sue us. See y'all next week.
Sue me.
Alright.